weather pattern has changed. We've got clouds over the metro area. We're going to see several chances for snow over the next week, and it's going to be significantly colder than what we saw yesterday. Highs yesterday got into the middle 60s. Today we're in the 40s. Hi everyone, I'm meteorologist Becky Ditchfield here in the 9 News Weather Center, where I am watching those clouds just pour into Colorado. We've got them over Fort Collins. They're here in the Denver metro area. No snow here for the Front Range though yet, and I'm also not seeing it over the Continental Divide. This is at Loveland Ski Area, where we too have mostly cloudy skies. Those temperatures though are colder. We're at 40 right now. Winds are out of the northeast at 8 miles per hour. This is a solid 20 degrees colder than where we were this time yesterday. And look at that dew point. This is a huge difference too. Yesterday the dew point was in the single digits at this time. Now it's at 22. So that tells me more moisture is building into the state. Our humidity levels are up at 49%. That number is going to continue to go up, but it takes a while. So until we see it get high enough where the air is saturated, that means it can't hold that moisture anymore. It has to just let it go. It'll be in the form of snow. We're going to be dry until that happens, and it looks like that is scheduled to happen overnight tonight. 43 will be our high today. Greeley reaches 43 as well. 42 for Fort Collins. Out east on the plains, 30s and 40s for highs, and in our mountains we'll see highs in the low 30s. We've got a couple different things that are going on that have combined to bring us these changes. One is a surface cold front, and that moved through earlier today. Temperatures have fallen. Winds have shifted to the north behind that front, and we are now going to see either seasonal or below average temperatures for the next week. The other thing is this upper level low, and that's what's bringing in all of the moisture. For the last couple of days, it's been hovering off the California coast. Well, now it's been swept up by the jet stream, and it is pushing over parts of the southwest, which includes Arizona, New Mexico, and now parts of Colorado. In fact, as we take a look live here at the radar screen, you can see the snow. I'll put it into motion, moving into those southern mountains. Now, the blue areas, that's our winter weather advisory. That'll go into effect at 3 o'clock for the Southwest San Juans and for the Sangre de Cristos, and it lasts until midnight on Friday. That's how long this system will be sticking around. So the first part of it just now starting to move into southern and southwest Colorado. These areas in southern parts of the state will get hit the hardest from this system. I'll give you another view here, and you can see the snow that's moving up from New Mexico into southern parts of Colorado as well. Now we're going to turn on satellite, and there's all the clouds that are moving across the state. We've got them pouring here onto the Front Range. They're even extending out onto our eastern plains. They're going to be with us throughout the day, helping to keep us in those low 40s as well as our winds that are out of the north. This is what the bigger picture looks like. You can see the system. It's a big upper level low that's churning moisture out across Arizona and now also New Mexico and Colorado. It's going to take its time pushing towards the east. Really, for the next 24 hours, we are going to see it moving across southern Colorado. We'll get some upslope out of that, and that will help in the development of some of the snow showers that we will see. Right now, those winter weather advisories, as I mentioned, go through this afternoon and to midnight Friday. 4 to 8 inches of snow is expected across the southwest San Juans, 5 to 10 inches of snow through the Sangre de Cristos. That's from system number 1. And we've got several that will be moving across the state. This one approaches from the south. The next one comes at a different direction. As it moves in from the south, we'll steadily see that snow also work its way to the Continental Divide, locations in our foothills and east of I-25. Light snow event for us. We don't have winter weather advisories that are in effect, but we will see that snow start to fall late tonight. It'll last into tomorrow, and these locations that are along I-25 in the stretch from Fort Collins down to at least Denver and Highlands Ranch, we're looking at 1 to 3 inches of snow from this first round. Up to 4 inches could fall over Castle Rock. The western suburbs of Denver heading up into our foothills could see 2 to 5 inches of snow, as will some of those areas on up into our mountains through the Continental Divide, especially east of Loveland Pass. You get west of Loveland Pass, and we're going to see lower snow totals with this storm that moves through. The second round approaches from the northwest. It's another cold front that will move through over the weekend, and it will bring in even more moisture, and this time it'll be heavier amounts for our northern and central mountains, even more moisture for the mountains and more moisture for the Front Range. Here's all of that times out. So So system number 1 is right now making its way into our southern mountains. It continues to push northward, and by midnight we are going to see snow that covers parts of our northern mountains along the Continental Divide, those southwest San Juans, the Wet Mountains, the Sangre de Cristos, and even locations along and east of I-25. That includes Denver, Fort Collins, Greeley, down to Pueblo, Walsenburg, and Trinidad, and even southeast Colorado near Lamar and Springfield, although Springfield will likely see more of a rain and snow mix. Then light snow will fall in all of those areas throughout your Friday. So that went really fast, didn't it? That's 9 o'clock Friday night. You can see most of it's done. Let's rewind it, and I'll slow it down. So there's early Friday morning. Throughout the morning, we're going to see light snow continue for the Front Range. This is an upslope event for us. Light upslope, it's going to be light snow. We'll get about an inch falling until from late tonight to about 8 o'clock tomorrow morning through Denver, Fort Collins, and Greeley. And then another inch or 2 will fall from that point to the late afternoon and early evening. Now, it does look like we see the snow significantly let up by about 3 or 4 o'clock here in Denver, Fort Collins. It retreats back up into the mountains, and steadily we'll see that snow die down across our mountains too, and that happens late Friday night. So that's system number 1. System number 2 moves in from the northwest. That happened pretty quickly too. So there's Saturday at 8:30. Once we get to the lunch hour, we'll see more widespread snow through our northern, central, and even parts of our southern mountains, but heavier snow north of I-70. That will continue and may even become more intense for some of our southern mountains through Saturday afternoon. But 1:30, we're still not getting snow here in Denver. We will have mostly cloudy skies. Our snow will arrive once we get to the late afternoon hours, so 3, 4 o'clock, possibly even to 5, 6 o'clock in the evening. It's a quick hitting system here for the Front Range, but may bring us some additional accumulation. It will retreat into eastern and southeastern Colorado late Saturday night and into early Sunday morning, and then we'll wait on the next system to arrive. How much snow will both of these systems bring combined? Well, we could get up to a foot falling across southwest Colorado near Telluride, 5 to 10 inches over those central mountains near Vail, Snowmass, Aspen, and Crested Butte. North of I-70, we'll see 4 to 8 inches of snow in the mountains. Also 4 to 8 inches of snow may fall across our foothills, close to those western suburbs of Denver, and down south over the Palmer Divide, so that includes Castle Rock. Denver downtown could see 3 to 5 inches of snow total from both of those systems, while Fort Collins may see 2 to 4 inches of snow. Far eastern plains could get about 1 to 3 inches of snow from this. Same goes for parts of western Colorado. So this system is mainly going to be a bigger snowmaker, these two systems I should say, for our mountains and for areas that hug that I-25 corridor. Once we get into that system that hits Monday night into Tuesday, still some uncertainty with that, so you're going to have to wait on that snow forecast, but it could bring additional accumulation to folks out there. And temperatures are going to be pretty chilly from here on out. Highs today reaching 43 degrees. We'll have mostly cloudy skies. Winds will be out of the northwest at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight we'll drop to 23 with east-northeasterly winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. We'll have that light snow develop, especially with that easterly component. That's upslope. So that's easterly wind coming out of the east, pushing air up to the mountains, and the air that hits the mountains gets forced upward, and that helps in the development of snow showers. We'll see light snow through your Friday, and it's going to be cold with highs in the upper 20s tomorrow, then middle 30s Saturday and Sunday. We got that second round that moves through Saturday night to Sunday morning for the metro area. Another break Sunday afternoon through Monday morning, and Monday will be windy and warmer with highs in the middle 40s. And then that next system moves in. We'll see another chance for snow Monday night to Tuesday. Tuesday's highs again will be in the 30s, and we'll be in the 30s and 40s through much of next week. Whew, that was a lot. All right, so I'm going to head back over to our radar screen. I'm going to hop on our Facebook Live and see if you all have any questions about what we've got going on. Right now, the snow is coming down across our southern mountains pretty lightly. Most of this system still centered southwest of Colorado. So we'll put that into motion, and then we'll check that Facebook Live stream here. All right. Let's see. I see there's a big conversation about winter started for us in September. Didn't it though? We had some early season snowfall. A couple of storms that moved through. Well, October I don't remember being that impressive. but we did have some snow during October. Okay. Oh, Matt, thanks. Matt says the glasses look nice. It's late in the week and my eyes are tired, so you guys get the glasses today. All right. Okay, so one of the questions is, of course, asking how much snow everyone will see. So let's go over the forecast again, shall we? We do have that first of several storm systems is moving into southwestern Colorado. And right now that's where our advisories are in effect. So this system coming up from the south will hit our southern mountains the hardest. But it also produces some upslope, which is why we're looking at a chance for some snow accumulation here in Denver. It's going to be really light, but we will get it starting tonight and lasting into tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. The winter weather advisories are in effect starting at 3 o'clock this afternoon. They are in place for our southwest San Juans and the Sangre de Cristos. Southwest San Juan, so that includes Telluride, Lake City, 4 to 8 inches of snow is expected there. Over the Sangre de Cristos, we're looking at 5 to 10 inches of snow. You're noticing we don't have advisories in effect for parts of our northern mountains, and that's likely because this is not going to be as big of an event for those mountain areas. That being said, we will get some upslope, and we're expecting to see some light snow build in starting tonight, and it'll last off and on through tomorrow. If you're along I-25, 1 to 3 inches of snow will be possible. That's in that stretch from Fort Collins down to Highlands Ranch. If we get enough of a northerly component out of those winds tomorrow, we'll also get some upslope over the Palmer Divide, which is higher elevation down on the south side of the Denver metro area near Castle Rock. And sometimes that'll help to produce some more snow, so that's why those snow totals are slightly higher at 1 to 4 inches. Out on the west side of town, so Arvada to Golden and to Evergreen and Conifer, 2 to 5 inches of snow will be possible. And that potential snow total also goes up and includes our foothills right on up to about Loveland Ski Area in Winter Park. So areas from Loveland Pass to the east will see some of the heaviest snow, and a lot of that has to do with some of the upslope that we'll have going on. So that's system number one. And here's how that times out. We are already seeing that snow across our southern mountains, and it'll work its way northward, but it takes a little while to get here. So 6:30 this evening, we could start seeing some light snow across the Continental Divide, and then it takes until late tonight, 10 o'clock maybe, possibly later, to get that light snow in Denver, Fort Collins, and also Greeley down to Castle Rock. It will be light snow. We get about an inch perhaps on the ground by 7, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. We'll also see that light snow continue out on our far eastern plains and through southeast Colorado early Friday, so you folks are going to be waking up to some snow. Looks like that little wave moves out by about 8 a.m., but we'll see it stick around here in Denver, Fort Collins, and Greeley at least through the lunch hour. And then past that point, we start to see the snow die down a bit more, significantly so from about 2, 3 o'clock on for areas along I-25. And then we'll have that light snow in our mountains, but even that dies down pretty significantly by Friday evening, and that's system number one. System number two comes in from the northwest. It hits our northern and central mountains the hardest this time. We will see some snow spread into those southern mountain areas where we'll get additional accumulation, and we'll also see some additional accumulating snow east of I-25 Saturday night and into early Sunday morning. That system hits faster than the one before it, and we'll be out of here by Sunday by about 11 a.m. out of the entire state. And then we wait for the next system to arrive. Total between both of those storms, we could see up to a foot of snow over our southwest San Juans, 5 to 10 inches near Aspen and Snowmass, Crested Butte. I would say from Vail to north of I-70, 4 to 8 inches of snow possible over those mountains, and Steamboat Springs, 3 to 6 inches of snow for you. Fort Collins could get 2 to 4 inches of snow total from both of the systems combined. Some locations around Denver, 3 to 5 inches of snow. Those higher totals will be on the west side of town, with 4 to 8 inches of snow falling possible down over that Palmer Divide, so Castle Rock, possibly into Parker. Out east on the plains, we'll get about 1 to 3 inches of new snow. Same goes for southeastern Colorado, and there's still some uncertainty with that next system that arrives, but it does look like we get some new snow Monday night and into Tuesday again. So this is a much more active weather pattern for us that keeps us on the chilly side. Coldest day being tomorrow with a high of 28 degrees. Yvonne is asking how much snow for Aurora. Here, let's go back to that Front Range forecast map. I have a lot of graphics in here. So the first wave may bring 1 to 3 inches for Aurora. You see how we have those blue colors? That indicates where the heavier snow will be, and that's on the west side of town. And it gets lighter, becomes more white as we get out towards Aurora. So Aurora, you're likely going to be on the low end of that 1 to 3 inch range. Okay, Denver may be right in the middle, and then we'll see those higher amounts on the west side of town. Thank you, Yvonne. Let's see. All right, Felicia's asking if I'm planning a trip to Hugo from Denver Saturday morning, how much snow should I expect? So that is a great question, and we're going to go over that here in just a second. It looks like we will see lighter snow out on the eastern plains than what we get, say, for the mountains, right? So if you are moving out, if you are heading out of Denver to Hugo and you are starting Saturday morning, let's fast forward to Saturday morning. So there you see that first wave moves through Friday, Saturday 2 a.m. You know, you're likely going to have just that 1 to 3 inches of snow on the ground. It's not going to take you incredibly long, I would think, to get to Hugo. So the snow doesn't even start to pick up over the eastern plains until that evening. So I think during the morning you'll be fine, but you may see another, couple inches of snow fall out on the eastern plains from that round that moves through. And that one will produce heavier snow out on the plains than this first one. But it does happen pretty quickly. So that'll be Saturday night and into Sunday morning. Okay. I'm going to look for just a couple more questions and then we'll wrap this up. And I think if you head back I think you could head back anytime on Sunday. Honestly, I can't predict road closures. It really just depends how everybody does on the road. Sometimes when we see more accidents, they'll shut down the highway. So we'll see. But I would think that Sunday afternoon anytime is going to be okay. The system should be done. Okay. One last time through those snow totals, we've got 3 different systems getting ready to move through. I've got forecasts for the 2. For the first system, here's the snow. 1 to 3 inches here along the Front Range. We may see, 1 to 3 inches also for our friends out on the eastern plains. You're going to be on the lower end of that. Higher amounts will fall on the western suburbs of Denver from Arvada to Golden up into our foothills with 2 to 5 inches of snow possible there. That next system moves through and it comes in Saturday night to Sunday. By the end of Sunday, we could see 3 to 5 inches of snow here in Denver, 2 to 4 inches over Fort Collins. I think we'll be in that 1 to 3 inch range for most locations out on the eastern plains. And then in our mountains, much more snow. Southwest San Juans could see 6 to 12 inches of snow, 5 to 10 for those central mountains that sit south of I-70. Mountain areas north of there get 4 to 8 inches of snow. Up near Steamboat Springs, 3 to 6 inches of snow could fall. And we're going to keep our eyes out for that next system that moves in, and that will be Monday night to Tuesday. Temperatures will be chilly. Hope everybody's got their winter coats out. You're going to need them. Highs tomorrow in the upper 20s, middle 30s over the weekend, briefly warming up to 46 on Monday, and then back to the 30s with that chance for some snow early Tuesday morning. We'll go. Danielle Grant will have all the details coming up and an updated forecast for you tonight. In the meantime, if I don't see you, have a great weekend, and we'll catch you next week.